Now, people are shy. I'm shy. How do I walk up to a stranger? I'm going to show you a fun technique. But if I show you this technique, you have to promise to use it. Deal? Okay, if anyone's not going to use it, leave now, please. I don't want you to hear the technique. I'm serious. Okay, that means everyone's going to use it, yeah? If you can't use this technique, go dig a hole and just sit inside it. I'm telling you. I'm not kidding. No, it'll come. It's not on the slide. This is just me speaking, yeah? So if you can't use this technique, just dig a hole and sit inside the hole. Okay? And put a durian in the hole so it stinks in the hole also. Because you don't deserve to be in a clean hole. Okay, it's really simple. And I did this just a few weeks ago. I've been teaching this for years, and the other day I said, let me try it. So you pick up your phone. It's called Indirect Da'wah. Pick up your phone, and you can actually call someone for real, or just speak to nothing. If your phone rings, you'll be embarrassed, but just speak to nobody. I want to give da'wah. I was at the doctor's office the other day, and I used this technique with my wife. I'm talking to her. I'm telling her a story. There was a lady sitting across from us. She's not reading anything. She's bored. She's going to start listening to our conversation. Even if it's not their business, people love to eavesdrop. Yeah? So I gave her everything I want to tell her in the world. I told this woman. Yeah? I could have said anything I want to say to her. I'm speaking to my wife. Yeah? I'm in the elevator. My friend who always will say something about da'wah to each other. But the people who are listening, we're waiting in line for something, to buy tickets for something, or we're in the bus, we speak to each other. On the train, we speak to each other. And it's really for everyone else. On the train, pick up, start speaking to a friend or just nobody, imaginary friend. A guy came to me at the office. He said, my boss, my manager does not allow me to speak to anyone in the office about religion. I said, how does it work in your office? He said, we have cubicles. I said, fine, during break, pick up the phone and start speaking to someone or just to nobody. Talking about and loudly, and then everyone else will eavesdrop. And if you can pique their interest enough, they will actually come and say, you know what, I heard you, I couldn't help but over here you said this, this and that. How does that work in Islam? Now they can't complain to the manager because they came to you, right? So you pick up your phone and you start talking. So let me finish the story I started last time. So basically I told the man, since Allah is the one who gave you your health, your eyesight, your intelligence, doesn't it make sense to only worship Him, to only obey Him, instead of worshiping something else with Him, a tree or a rock, and just keep going on like that, you know? Whatever you want to say. I just used it 3 weeks ago. So now she's the kind of an old, stubborn lady that if you say anything in front of her, she starts screaming. And if you speak to her, try to give her nice advice. So I said everything that was here, everything I wanted to say, I said it to her, and she didn't say a single thing. She didn't bat an eyelid, you know? Nothing. Why? Because I was on the phone talking to somebody. And I wasn't talking to anybody. Yeah. And I just kept going about hadith after hadith, the excellence of the companions, and the ones that they insult. And what if Allah brings you on the Day of Judgment in front of this companion? Who do you think will win? You will win, and the companion will lose. You will lose. And she was like this the whole time. I don't think in her life, and she's an older lady, probably never heard a full lecture like that, because this is the top. She'll just interrupt anybody. You could bring her, Mufti al-Haram, she'll cut him off, you know. But this time, because I'm on the phone, everything I wanted to say. Indirect da'wah. If someone just can't do anything on this earth, they can pick up the phone and give indirect da'wah. Just try. So everyone's going to try it? Because it's impossible that you can't try it. Just pick up the phone and start talking so people can hear you. Yeah? You can even do it with Muslims. Someone, whatever, someone has an issue with hijab. Okay, fine. Yeah, so some people say hijab is not part of Islam. What kind of religion? Just go through with it. Yeah? It's really easy, but you have to try it. And it's so effective. We taught this technique early, some years ago. And the first time at the university, where I was chaplain, yeah? And the sisters started to use it everywhere. Even in the bathroom, they would talk to each other about the purpose of life. They said, sometimes people look at us funny and walk out. This one time a sister was washing her hands, she just looked at them and walked out. Then another sister came out of the stalls and she said, I couldn't help overhearing that. No, she washed her hands first. Then she said, I couldn't help overhearing you guys talking about, the purpose of life. What is the purpose of life? Yeah. Anytime they're standing there, they're waiting in line at the restaurant to buy their sandwich, whatever, talking about the purpose of life, about Allah and Islam, and about halal and haram, right, wrong, anything. It's so effective. If someone is offended, make sure you don't offend people. But if somebody were offended and they come to you, I don't like what you're saying. So, hold on a second. Excuse me. Who is rude now? Who is rude now? And it's just, no one can, inshallah, no one can do anything to you. Because I'm just talking. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Who are you? What's going on here? Did I say anything to you?